Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Open to Options workshop. My name is Kelly Kraft. I'm a program manager at Gilda's Club Quad Cities, and currently I'm our person who facilitates Open to Options. So I'm excited to kind of talk about this program with you. So let me get our PowerPoint going here. And I'm going to try to pull up the Facebook Live stream on my other computer here so I can see if there are any comments or questions as we go forward. And so if you have any comments or questions, just comment them in and I can answer them live. So Open to Options is one of our amazing programs through Gilda's Club Quad Cities that I'm excited to talk to you about today. So just a little bit about what I'm going to go over today. I'm going to talk about Gilda's Club Quad Cities in general and about cancer support community. And I'll talk about what Open Options even is. You may not have ever heard of it, the benefits, and then how to schedule an Open Option session if it sounds like something that could benefit you. So Gilda's Club Quad Cities, we are a cancer support community that provides psychosocial support to anyone impacted by cancer. So all of our programs are free to anyone impacted by cancer. And that's kind of a big word, that impacted, because that means that's somebody living with a cancer diagnosis. That's survivors, so people who are out of treatment now. That is adult friends and family, caregivers of a person with a diagnosis or a survivor. And that's our kids and teens as well. Any kid or teen, maybe mom or dad has the diagnosis, or brother, sister, aunt, uncle, grandpa, grandma, anyone in their life that's impacting them, they qualify for our programs. So we have a bunch of core programs, including support groups. So that we have support groups for people with a diagnosis and survivors. We have a family support group. We have a grief support group, et cetera, et cetera. Then we also have our education workshops. So that is what you're seeing right now. You never know what we're going to have education-wise from month to month. So I always say, check our Facebook, check our calendar, get on our mailing list so that you know what we have to offer that month. Like next week, we're doing a workshop and question and answer session about the COVID-19 vaccine. I know we all know that's a hot topic right now. People have questions. And so we're hoping to get people some answers. So you never know what we're going to have. So always keep up with our programming. And then we have healthy lifestyle activities, which are really popular. Those are our yoga, our chair yoga, meditation, our creative sessions, which are art projects with living proof exhibit, all kinds of things that just really add into our lives. And then we have social events. So virtually right now, because everything that we're doing currently is virtual. We have a coffee club that we meets once a week, where people can just talk about anything. You know, that's movies, music, travel plans, things like that. Things that normally in a support group session, we say, let's leave that for another time. And next month we'll be having a pet therapy session. You know, you never know what we're going to add in there. And then when we're in person, this includes movie nights, potlucks, things like that. And then we have our kids and teens program. So starting next month, we're going to add some more virtual programming in for kids. And then once we're in person, again, we have our noogie nights. So that's just kind of social time with kids, games, crafts, all kinds of fun things. And then we do offer more traditional support groups for the kids who need it. And so Cancer Support Community, you may have heard this, we're an affiliate of Cancer Support Community. It's kind of what we call our headquarters. And I'm just going to read this straight from their website because I think it's worded perfectly. As the largest professionally led nonprofit network of cancer support worldwide, the Cancer Support Community is dedicated to ensuring that all people impacted by cancer are empowered by knowledge, strengthened by action, and sustained by community. And the nice thing about knowing that we are part of the cancer support community is, yes, we are Gilda's Club Quad Cities, but we also, if for some reason we don't know how to get someone some help, maybe a resource or a question answered, we have a huge network of other people that we can reach out to and support systems. So let's get into Open to Options. So you may or may not have heard of Open to Options. It's one of our lesser known programs. And like all of our other programs, it's free. And it's one of our only one-on-one programs. Most of our programs are group-centered. And it's a decision support counseling program. So where I start with this is I usually like to say that open options is there for when you're facing a fork in the road in your cancer treatment. So I'll go through later of what that can really mean, but anytime you're needing to make a decision about your treatment, you have, I'll give you an example. Say somebody has breast cancer and they're deciding between a complete mastectomy or a lumpectomy with maybe radiation, chemo, things like that. And they're trying to decide how do I decide between these? There are pros and cons to both options. How do I go about making this decision? And open options is there to help with that. It just helps you develop a personal list of questions and concerns that help you and your doctor explore your situation and develop the best treatment option for you. So it really gets you and your doctor on the same page. We offer it in person usually. Right now we don't, but we can also do it via phone or via Zoom. I find that Zoom feels a lot like in person, and we walk away with that same product. And open options is always facilitated by somebody trained in open options who's a licensed mental health professional. So let's talk about the benefits of open options. First off, it helps you organize your thoughts. When we've got a cancer treatment decision kind of looming, we've got a lot of questions and concerns and thoughts running around in our head. It's this cloud is what I kind of call it. And it helps get that cloud out from these what ifs just going in and out of your head and gets them on paper in one place. And once those are organized, it kind of naturally reduces that anxiety and distress. It makes it so you know that all of those what ifs are in one place. You can't forget about them. They're right here, and I'm going to get my answer to this. It makes you feel more prepared for your appointment. Appointments can be scary sometimes when we know we're needing to make a decision. And it makes you feel like you have power, you have control over some of this situation, and I'm ready for this appointment. And doctors love it. I'll have an entire slide later about how doctors love opened options, but they really do report that when somebody's had an open option session before their doctor's appointment, that it's a more productive appointment. And then you know that you're getting the information you need to make a treatment decision. I'll probably say this a couple of times throughout this, but the idea of open options is getting on one piece of paper all of your questions, where once you have the answers to these questions, you should have all the tools you need to make your treatment decision. It's not going to make the treatment decision for you, but you should have all of the puzzle pieces you need to make that decision for yourself with your doctor. So let's talk about what an open to option session looks like. So like I said, via Zoom and in person, it's very similar. But you sit down with a licensed mental health professional who's there to listen. And then you'll tell them about your diagnosis. They may have known you for a while. If you've been a member for a while, we may know some about your diagnosis, or we may never have heard anything about your diagnosis before. Either way, open options works. But you'll tell us about your diagnosis and the options that you have. The things your doctor has said are what you can do for your type of cancer and that fork in the road. What are those options? We'll talk about your support system, and then we'll talk about your goals and concerns, which is a big topic. And then at the end, we'll come up with a list of questions that you can bring to your appointment that, again, once you have the answers to those questions, you should have the tools you need to make your treatment decision. And appointments are only usually 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. What makes open options so unique? So the thing that makes open options different than just sitting, we all, when we're going to a doctor's appointment, a lot of times we write down questions. What makes it different than that is you've got somebody there to help you organize and to help you get to the root cause of concerns and questions. And you're an active participant in the formulation of this question list. So you're not just talking at us and we're writing things down. We're going to use your words. So you'll see a lot of I statements, a lot of, I have stage 2 breast cancer, if that's how you said it to us. We're putting your words down on this piece of paper. We want it to sound like you said it. And how I do it, not every facilitator does this the same, but how I do it is you're going to watch as I write down all of these statements that you're making. So if we were doing it in person, the person who came to the appointment would be sitting next to me with my laptop in front of us, and you're watching me type everything. On Zoom, what I do is just like you're seeing this PowerPoint, I will share my screen and you'll actively see me type and, you know, see me make typos and go back and fix it. So, you know, it's live. And it's really an organic thing of we're deciding, where does this statement that you just said go? Should we be making a question out of this for your doctor? And then the facilitator helps you get to the bottom of your treatment and life goals so that you and your doctor can make the right treatment decision for you. So this is what it looks like. This is a blank one, obviously. And so it gets nice and full as we go through an appointment. So this is called the SONG-E method, and SONG-E stands for starting with situation. So that's when you're going to tell me about what cancer you have, what's going on, what tests maybe, you know, just whatever you think makes up the situation, known facts about your condition. And then we go over options. That's where you tell me what those treatment options are. And maybe you've heard of other treatments that you're curious about and want to ask your doctor about that can go there. And then your network. So this is your doctors, your loved ones that are going to help care for you during this, this treatment. Anyone that's important for your doctor to know about. So it could be family doctor, it could be anyone that your doctor needs to know is involved in this treatment, in the treatment decision. And then goals. This is a very big topic, this space here. It's not just goals. Goals sounds very specific, but this is more of a vague goals. So it's your treatment goals. So maybe you have goals like, I want to be cancer-free, or I want to live as long as I can, or I want to be pain-free. Anything that your goals are that have to do with your treatment, but it's also life goals. So say you're a mom of 4, a single mom of 4, you're gonna go through treatment, but you don't have the option of someone else watching your kids. It may be a goal for you that during your cancer treatment, you need to be able to work full-time, or you need to be able to parent. Those are the things that we would want to put down on here so that your doctor knows what's important to you. And we won't give you ideas of goals. This is a presentation where I'm giving ideas, but in an actual open option session, we're not going to give you ideas. We're going to kind of get you to give us the ideas. We don't want to put any words in your mouth. We want this to be your document. And then we get to evaluation. This is where the question list happens. Everything in evaluation should probably end in a question mark. And the nice thing about all of this is it's one page. And by the end of it, you should feel like your what ifs are on paper and you can bring it to your doctor. So toward the end of your opened options appointment, we're just going to go over that list again. You know, we'll have maybe moved things and edited things as we're going. It's a moving, living document as we're going through the appointment. You know, we'll say, oh, maybe that should go in this category, and then maybe we move it, and that's fine. You know, we're working together to make this for you. And then we go over it, or at least I usually go over it top to bottom at the very end to make sure that we captured everything that you wanted on this document, and make sure there aren't any mistakes that were made that you want us to change, or anything that you want to take out. You know what, that's not actually important. Let's make it more concise. And if you ever need to make any changes after the appointment, you get home and you realize there was another question that you wanted on there or something that you wanted changed, give us a call or email the facilitator, and we'll make those changes for you. And then at the very end of your appointment, you're going to, if it's in person, I will go print out and hand you your PDF, however many copies that you request, or if it's on Zoom, I can send you the PDF and you can print it at home, or if you don't have a printer, we'll figure something out for you. And then you get to use it however you want. So some people like to take 2 copies to their appointment, one for themselves to have and one to literally hand to their doctor. And some people like to just bring one, have it in front of them, and dictate those questions to the doctor. Both ways are great. Giving a copy to your doctor is nice because then they see what you think your treatment options are. They see what your goals are, and they see who your network is. And so they either can know that you've got a lot of people on your side here that can help you with anything that comes up during this treatment, or they can see that maybe you don't have a lot of support at home. And so maybe you might need a little bit of extra assistance getting through this, and they can make some referrals for you. But also just talking it over with your doctor, if you didn't want to give them a copy, you still have your goals in front of you. You still have your network and your options right in front of you. You can't forget anything. And so how do doctors feel about open options? They love it. They know when somebody has gone to an open options appointment, they know that their patient is prepared. They know that they've done some research, at least some internal research, thinking about their options and goals, that they've given this some thought and they really do care and they're thinking about it. They see that appointments stay on track and are more productive. There are a lot of things that will help you figure out, is this a doctor question or is this a someone else question? Like you may have a question about how will I get to my appointments? I don't have a car. And that's a very important question, of course, while you're figuring out your treatment. But that may not be a doctor question. So we might take that off of the doctor's appointment question list because you have a very limited time with your doctor, and put that on kind of a separate list that we'll figure out who can get that answer for you. So maybe like a social worker at the hospital, or maybe the facilitator of your open options appointment can help figure out a place that can give you rides to your appointment. Things like that. We're kind of making sure that this list of questions is what the doctor needs to know and what you need to know from your doctor. So it really is more productive and stays on track. And then the doctor knows that both of you are on the same page about decisions. So if they see on there that you have 2 treatment options, but he thinks, oh, wait, there was this third one and it wasn't on there, they know that they need to switch some things around and tell you about this third option that maybe they didn't mention before, or, you know, appointments get so hectic, kind of just went out the window, we've forgotten about it, and they know they need to reintroduce that other option. And then they know whether or not you have support system at home, but they also know that you have reached out to Gilda's Club or another cancer support community affiliate, and that you have them working for you and are on your side. And then what if I make a treatment decision, I go forward, and then I run into another fork in the road? We know that cancer treatment isn't necessarily linear, that sometimes we have to make another decision, and open options is not a one-time program. Open options is available all kinds of ways. It can be when you're starting treatment, you're trying to make that initial treatment decision, open options is there. Maybe you're thinking about changing treatments. You know, this one isn't working how we were hoping. We did some scans. It's not working how we were hoping that it would work. So let's change treatments. And so maybe you're making either the decision to change treatments or choosing between treatments again. Maybe you're just thinking about changing treatments. You know, I've got a lot of side effects. I could keep going with this, but is there another option? You know, can I ask my doctor about something else that maybe I've heard about? If you're thinking about going into any clinical trials, they can be really confusing. You know, are you a candidate for clinical trials? Maybe you're choosing between clinical trials because you had a few that were offered to you. Or maybe you're thinking about stopping treatments. So you're at a point in your life where the treatment is really hard on you and you're thinking about stopping that treatment. And that's, you know, always a valid choice and something that open options is there for you as well. And then, so how do I get an appointment? First off is become a member of Gilda's Club Quad Cities. So if you're already a member, you're good to go. And if you're not, go on our website, see what we have available. You can fill out our annual visitor form online to get the process started, or you can give us a call or email us, and we'll get everything to you and get you started real quick. And then once you're a member, all you do is contact me and we set up an appointment. So my phone number is on the screen. That's our regular phone number. Just ask for me. or you can email me and say, hey, Kelly, I saw your workshop on Facebook, and open options sounds like something that I could really use right now. Can we make an appointment? And I'll get you in as soon as I can. And so I'm just going to check the Facebook feed one more time and see if I have any comments. I don't see any. So I'm going to stop sharing and just thank everybody for joining us today. And if you have any questions about open options or want to make an appointment, just reach out. Thanks so much.